when you wanted me to start.
Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. Glad you could all make it on our call tonight. I'm still recovering from the most amazing trip ever to Jamaica, and there's lots of seats there. So hopefully next year, wherever the incentive trip is, we can say the Priemer Nation is, you know, has a lot of numbers there, a lot of people there. It's just the most amazing experience ever, and so glad I was able to. We took 2 of our 4 kids. The oldest ones made the cuts. We took our 10 and 12-year-old and left the 3-year-old and 1-year-old at home. So it was super amazing, and excited to tell you guys about it. So just really quickly, for any of you that we haven't met at GTC or we just haven't had an opportunity to meet yet, I am Karrie Lyons, and an RVP out of Michigan, part of Karen's Nation, and going on my 7th year with Arbonne. I've been a regional vice president now for almost 2 years, and started Arbonne with 2 babies, and now we've doubled. So now we've had 4, and I'm still a full-time elementary school teacher. So it's definitely a business that you can do alongside your current job, or, you know, if you want to leave that job, you can always replace it, which I have actually replaced my 17 years of teaching and a master's degree with my Arbonne income. So it's just, I pinch myself every time I get the paycheck and just realize I'm making more money with a job that I can spend focused, you know, my focused 15 to 30 minutes of 100% Arbonne every single day. I get paid more with that than I do, you know, the 8 hours plus a day, 40 hours a week. It's just really insane. So anyways, let's see, what else might you not know? Kids, family, job. I was introduced to Arbonne at a presentation, so about 7 years ago, where I just had 3 to 5 people over, and that's when I learned from a complete stranger that how it takes 26 seconds for what we put on our skin topically to absorb into our bloodstream. And being a mom of a 3 and a 5-year-old then, it totally freaked me out. I needed to tell all my friends and family that were using Johnson & Johnson's and all these other skincare and department store things that they had to replace them. And I just felt like I was on this mission to spread the word that there's safer things out there than what we were putting on our kids' skin and our husband's skin and our own skin and in our own bodies. And I was a marathon runner at the time, drinking, you know, the whey protein and all the junk and the garbage that we teach people not to eat. I was eating all of it, and of course felt crummy. And once I learned about this, I've just been on a mission ever since, thinking, who can I teach, who can I share this with? So biggest thing I've learned along this time is just that you don't quit. So if you are in this to make a difference and share with people, and you want to make a difference, you're committed, and you just say you're never going to quit. And then you become Karen Priemer, who's been in it for 24 years. So and then of course, after going to this trip, which at this trip, there was 427 people there from Arbonne that earned it and went to the trip. And just looking around the room of the little bit of time they train us just for 4 hours, the rest of the time you are on your own at leisure. You can go on excursions and just do your own thing. But we did get 4 hours of the most incredible training, because I think they just had to think like, okay, there's 427 people here out of how many? So what do these people need to go to their next level? So that's what I'm excited to share with you guys, what we learned. So I just need my one daughter here to please go. We're saying goodnight real quick. Okay, we're saying goodnight real quick. Night, night. Here's our Jamaica hair. Okay, shut the door, please. Okay. So of course the training started with Stian, which was amazing, which by the way, if you haven't seen him in a while, he looks incredible. I think he is following the 30 Days to Fit. I mean, it was so noticeable. It was like, oh my gosh, it's just neat to see our managing director and our founder's son. Like, you can tell he is following our plan. And then after that, we had the CEO update from Jean David, and holy moly, you guys, talk about the most amazing like CEO ever. I mean, and he was everywhere. He was meeting and greeting and shaking hands and meeting kids. And I mean, he was just everywhere throughout the whole trip. But he is so focused, and listening to him speak, I cannot wait for everyone to hear him speak at GTC, because you're just like captivated, like what's his vision and where he's going with this company. And we're so lucky that we've already started. So, and I thought the business was incredible, but what he's planning to do in his vision, I mean, he even said things like, yes, we understand shipping for consultants. We need to do something about that. And we want Arbonne to be in everyone's hands. We want everybody to have access to these products. So just that idea of rebranding ourselves so that we can get into the hands of more people, it was just like, oh my gosh. And so then after he came on, the first MVP speaker was Ashley Strong, which any of these people, you have to just Google after this call. And Ashley Strong was the first consultant to earn the trip. And she earned it in like record time. It was crazy. And she is an active duty Air Force, in the active duty Air Force, and was the first consultant to earn the trip. And she's an MVP. I mean, it's just one of those things where she said, you just do this in spite of whatever your excuses are, or whatever you think, oh, I can't do it because of this, or a sick kid, or my day job, or this and that. Like, she did this in spite of a lot of barriers. And she just said, you have to disrespect the impossible. So whatever you think is impossible, or whatever's trying to take you down, you just have to disrespect it. You need to be unwilling to feed the undisciplined version of yourself. And because a lot of times we make those choices to be undisciplined, and we just can't feed that. We need to just give ourselves orders and take them. She said, just like in the military, you are given orders, you take them and you do them. And we have to do that with ourselves. And she said, there's a spoiler alert. She's like, Arbonne won't give an incentive that's impossible. So like when they launch the next trip, it's not impossible. People will earn it. It's just a matter of who, but she just said, nothing they give us is impossible to do. And what she recommends, this is what she tells her new business builders, is that if they say, well, how do I become district? She says, share healthy living with 20 people. That's it. Share healthy living. And she said, don't think long enough to let fear set in. She said, you do the do, you don't think the think. Because too many of us, we think the think, and then we think ourselves out of it. So just do the do that you need to do. And she said, in the rejection, the amount of rejection, I mean, it just comes with the job, and it's never going to go away. She had said, I think it was her road to region, I don't remember exactly, but she journaled her no's, and she had 1,837 no's. It's an average of like 3 point something per day. Holy moly, 1,837. And then just for her short amount of time that she earned the trip, because it was record pace, in that time that she earned the trip, she heard 349 no's, which was still 3.8 no's a day. So her average was the same. She, on average, has about 3.8 no's a day. Well, if you're not asking anyone any day, you're having zero. So just putting that into perspective of, I need to at least ask 3. And then if they all say no, okay, you did your due for the day, but one of them might say yes. So, and she also said, that you just have to be really mindful of, if you are coaching your team to do certain things and you're telling them to do these things, that you have to be doing them yourselves, because no matter what we say, our team is watching what we're doing. And she did the example of, she said, I want you to clap after I say 1, 2, 3, clap. She said, I want you to clap once I say 1, 2, 3, clap. So then she did it. And she said, 1, 2, 3, and then she clapped. And so we all clapped. She didn't say clap, she just did it. So she did that as an example. And she said, even do that with your team of, they're going to do what they see you doing. They're not going to, what we say doesn't actually work. Or, we have to be doing it. So just as leaders, which if you're on this call tonight, obviously you're a leader because you're on this call. So just make sure that you are doing what you're asking. And then she said, if you can be 100% committed to even just doing 15 minutes a day, she said, and she goes, and I know you've all sent a message from the bathroom, sitting down on the toilet, you've sent a message to someone. So don't say you don't have like a minute here and a minute there, right? So she's like, each day you could send a compliment. Throughout the day, you could send a compliment, you could send an invitation, you could take a selfie, you can ask for a referral, you can make a smoothie for a friend, you can prospect someone. She goes, and when you add all those things up, it probably takes 15 minutes. So have you done at least your 15 minutes for the day? And I just thought, wow, that's like a nice little chunk, considering we go to work for, 8+ hours a day. So, and that was her. So that was the first speaker out of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 NVPs they had trained for us. It was totally amazing and incredible. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but I am just going to highlight a couple things. But are there any questions, even just from Ashley or from Stian or Jean David? Did anyone, we're good? Okay. I can only see myself, Debbie, and Heather and Karen. So I'm sure there's lots of other people out there. I just letting you know that those are the only people I can actually see. So in case you're, I don't know, waving or saying you need to ask a question or something, I can't tell. I probably need to change a view on here or something. But anyways, Maggie Hoft was next, and she, she's from Alaska. She was a previous gym owner. She's won 7 AIT trips. She's been the Parade of Champions, the ACE. She had her little baby there. And her biggest thing was, my biggest takeaway is that she said, everyone deserves to know this is an option. That's all. Everyone at least deserves to know this is the option out there. So whether they say yes or whether they say no, at least you gave them what we know they deserve to know. Because she said, people are working hard for other people's dreams. We hear that all the time. And just to never get complacent. And when you do get complacent, just remind yourself that everyone deserves to know. Because we leverage time for money. We don't clock in. We can max the pay plan. We serve others. We stay relevant. But if you start going and thinking this is just about products, then that becomes a job. So you've just got to remind yourself about, offering the business to people. Because when people have more health and they have more finances, they can create more choices in their life. And who doesn't want that? Who at least doesn't want the option to have more choices? And every single MVP, every single one of them referenced the 30 to 40 faces. And they basically said, if you have a business builder in your business that's not doing the 30 to 40 faces, they're not a business builder. So now relook at who you think are your business builders, because if they're not, they're not in business. And that if you were to do 30 to 40 faces 3 months in a row, what a difference that would make. And that just means that they're all hearing the 3 ways to win with Arbonne. So they're hearing the Arbonne story and they're hearing that there's 3 ways. And that in those 3 months, 3 months in a row. And then she also said, just making sure you have at least 8 to 10 business overviews. And from 8 to 10 business overviews, like direct conversations, you're lucky to get like 2 to 3 business builders from that. But again, you have to start with your 8 to 10 business conversations, to get that statistic. So getting people to the table, having a very basic script, keep it simple, the Is Arbonne for You sheet, keep it very, very, very simple script. So it duplicates, we get to the point. And just that same, this same verbiage was used over and over too of, I don't know if this is a fit or not, but it's worth taking a look. Or you ought to take a look at this business. I don't know if it's a fit or not, but always adding in that, I don't know if it is a fit, because we don't know, but just putting it out there. And they said, you simply cannot run out of people. You can, scroll through Facebook, give it a good sweep. Go on to Instagram. Every like, view, or comment on Instagram is worthy of this comment of, you ought to take a look at this. I don't know if it's a fit or not. There's just no end to the names. And if there's some reason there's an end to the names, then there's networking groups. There's your existing downline. There's, let's see, she had another acronym here, social media. I forget what that one was. And that also that it takes, and now it's like about 16 touches per person to get them to make a decision about Arbonne. So just that reminder of if someone, you offer them a sample or offer them an invite or this or that it's taking people like 16 times of mentioning it to, they said it's not because they hate Arbonne, it's just they're distracted. Look at all the things that your job, your house, your kids, your just life entail, the daily rituals of the day. So people just don't say, oh, they hate me, or they're just distracted. Who's not distracted these days? So And then also the importance of just once you have a new consultant, launching them immediately. And if you have 2 consultants that are friends, launch them together. Like just feed off that energy, get them launched right away. And, launch with the business first, just getting that out there. And that we're on a mission to get safe products into every home. Because that's essentially what we want. We want safe products in every home. We want people that, can spread that and also have a business for themselves. That was Maggie. We had Mary Wright, who is an executive national vice president. And her training was how to get your team focused on the right activity. And again, she was an ACE winner 3 times, Circle of Excellence 3 times. I mean, she used to be a CPA. So if you need like a good background. So Maggie was, a gym owner. This Mary Wright here was a CPA, and she was incredible. She just basically urgency. And she said, I'd say her biggest takeaway was you need to build new constantly. And we've heard that before. It's kind of like a funnel. You need to keep putting in new because the team you have now, all of us, the team we have now, it does the volume we do now. So if your goals and on your goal card is to do more volume than that, well, it's not going to be this team. This team's just going to do, it's going to do what you do now, which is amazing and great. But you need to continue to add new people. So you need to build wide with urgency. So building wide, is just having those direct districts to us, maybe, versus focusing on just one particular leg that's super deep. And you want to duplicate the urgency. So as you're building new teammates, you want them to have that same urgency that they need to build wide. And, leading from the front, the team does what we do. Have fun. She mentioned this cool, maybe some of you have done this. For fun, they do like a team hot potato booking blitz where like someone starts with potato and then, they might take like a weekend of it, and once you get a booking, then you can pass the potato to like the next person. Then you have to wait, you have to wait your turn, but you can't pass it until someone gets a yes. So it's fun. And then they'll post like selfies of it and just their activity and just kind of, it's just fun. It's always fun doing stuff together like that. You get points. And so that's something we could always message her and get more information on, or some of you may have heard it before. She said the 30 and 30. Oh, she actually said, try to do like 40 reach out messages, but in 48 hours, try to do some big chunks like that, versus then maybe like 1 a day. She said instead of doing 30 reach outs in 30 days, which would be 1 a day, she's doing 40 in 48 hours. So creating that commotion. Consistency. And okay, so then after her, was another MVP, Roslyn, I think it's Bouguet. She basically just trained on the CRM, which everyone may have their own opinions on the CRM, but what she pretty much said was, we need to go on it. And she said there's a reset button. So if you haven't been on it yet and you get all these emails and notifications that you have all these tasks to do, all this work that we haven't gotten to yet, she said you can just go in, there's a reset button, it'll get rid of all the work we never did and start over. And she just said, just start over. So, but she said we really, especially if we want to have new business builders tap into it, we have to, we just have to embrace it but reset it. So that was my biggest thing from her. After that was Alyssa Cavallero, which I posted a couple things about her already so far. So what I just really enjoy about her journey is that she started when she was 23. She's now 30. So she started as, the millennial. She's still a millennial, but she started at the age that a lot of us have some millennials joining us in these early 20s. She's now, she's now 30. So, but just really neat, great story. If you watch the video, she even did like yellow book sales and yellow page sales. And ended up moving to Italy where she had to leave her job, but her job didn't pay her while she moved, but she kept getting these Arbonne checks, and she really just then had that aha of, this business is making me money. I'm not even in a country where they have Arbonne, and I'm still making money. And, you know, and just how attractive that is to this millennial group. And she had a whole bunch of slides about millennials that I will find for you in a second. Her biggest thing with social media is that you just have to be yourself. You need to be posting every day, but having one business post to every 3 personal. And having those just be like, because of Arbonne. Like someone else later on had used the example of how they had all their laundry folded in baskets ready to get put away, and it was because of Arbonne, because they were able to pay someone to come to their house to do their laundry, you know, things like that because of Arbonne. Not everything being, you know, a product or this or that, but that Instagram story. Okay, here were some of her millennials. Okay. So she said she surveyed her team and why millennials want to be successful. And the number one thing was, or why they would want something like this, or why they want to be successful. And the first thing was recognition. To get recognized. Wow. Okay. Well, Arbonne does an incredible job of that. And just kind of coming back to, I remember when I first started too in Arbonne, like it was just like all kinds of do this and little carrots, and you get recognized and you come on stage, you get asked on a call. It's just like, oh my gosh, this is so empowering. So that's what millennials are looking for: recognition, future time freedom, and a purpose-driven business. So just really emphasizing all that Arbonne does to give back, the charitable foundation and our recycled package and our carbon neutral agreement, like all that stuff. So recognition, future time and freedom, and a purpose-driven business. So it's really big to make sure you recognize your team on social media if they have accomplished something, because then they have something that then they can share. So just making sure it's not just maybe a handwritten note or a phone call, that you are recognizing them on social media, because that really matters. And then she, you know, used the example of future time freedom, is that she has a sick grandparent that she was able to take time off to be with, you know, where some of us might be thinking parents or, you know, otherwise, but the fact that she got to be with her sick grandfather, you know, just meant the world to her. So just, and then purpose-driven business, the helping the seniors at the holiday time, you know, or doing things for the homeless, or having team events that where you are going out into the community and serving others. That's really big, really big. So, you know, just checking in and making sure that you and your team are doing things like that, because it's awesome. And it's also going to attract people that you can help change their life by offering them this type of a business versus the usual. Any questions so far? How am I doing on time, Karen? Fine?
It's 9:28.
Okay, so I'm going to do 2 more minutes. You tell me.
Oh, yeah. 5 more minutes.
Okay. Okay. So she said some of their reach out methods, you know, meeting in, they called them healthy, I think it was healthy happy hours, she called it. They didn't add the living part. It was just, I think it was just healthy happy hours that they would go as a team, and they would do them at coffee shops. And at those, they would share testimonials, and also doing a lot of Facebook Lives, healthy happy hour Facebook Lives. And that's a big reach out method for her team. Wellness and workouts, where you pay like a fee, but you have, you know, you go to a certain place and maybe offer like a little brunch or something, and then their fee that they pay gets like donated to charity. So just tying in that whole come work out, learn about Arbonne, and your fee or something that, you know, will get donated to a charity. Getting recognized on social media, talk about that again. Post every day, we said that. Okay, so then we had hold on, June. Okay, then we had Michaela Hart, who was just the importance of promoting out and abundant thinking. So just that, you know, reaching your bonuses. Let's see. Bringing the cream rises to the top. Making a promotion commotion. So when people are promoting, just make sure you're making a commotion out of it, because a lot of times people that have been maybe a little stagnant will rise up. She's the one that posted her folded laundry, because she got to say, because of Arbonne, she has a cleaning lady. Okay, and so then she did this. No, you have to go see Dad. Go see Dad. She is the one that just had us all close our eyes, and she said, you know, think about being on this trip, you know, with an empty chair, but being filled with like all your teammates, and you're on this trip together, and you have all these, you have 10 appointments set up for people that want to come on the trip with you next year, and just like how that feels, just, and then she said, think about sitting in a cubicle, and you're staring at, you know, your computer screen, and you're clicking on the video to see your child at daycare, because you can see the little video of what they're doing at daycare while you're in your cubicle that's surrounded by other cubicles, and how that feels, like the difference between them. And of course, it was more profound. Our eyes were closed. And I mean, literally, like, just that difference of how you start feeling inside and the sadness you feel inside. And like, we have a way, and we have something that we can offer people if they don't want to be doing that second version. So just, you know, why keep this to ourselves? And that was pretty awesome. And then, oh my gosh, you guys, they just like spoiled us rotten with the amazing, this one's actually very, very important. So I'm going to skip ahead. One was belief has a sound, and just how important it is that you put your belief on every single day, just like we put on our clothes. You put on your belief. But before you put on your belief, you have to take off your pajamas, which is all your doubt and all the other stuff that we carry around with us. So we don't put our clothes over our pajamas. We take our pajamas off first. You got to take that off, and then put on your belief every single day. And that belief has a sound. But the really, really important one was the power of diversity. And this was MVP Amy Powers. And just that if our teams look just like us, whether it's our same gender, our same religion, our same skin color, our same age, we have a lot of work to do. And we need to be representative of even just our country. You know, she said, it may, you know, getting out of your comfort zone, but that, you know, say, like, for example, she said in California, I think it was California, say for example, where her team was, or if it's 40% Hispanic, but there's 0 on her team, she's not even representative of her own state. And so looking at our own country, what is our Hispanic population? What's our African-American population? She said something about, we have the, you know, 20 million Asians that are, I think she said, either currently, or just that it's the fastest growing number also, but what's the fastest growing culture on our team? And she said something about the population being 49% men, you know, is our team representative of gender? And what language does our team speak? You know, does everyone just speak English? Do you have anyone that speaks sign language? Do we have anyone that's in a wheelchair? Do you have anyone that has any linguistic diversity? Anyone that has different beliefs? Anyone that celebrates any other holidays? Do you have people that are retired, disabled, people that have been fired, people that have a disease, people that stay home to their own, that take care of people that are caretakers, people that are parents of disabled children? Do you have any triathletes? We need to be equal opportunity gifters. We need to have an equal opportunity team. Do you have a Spanish speaking arm of your business? So, and she said, where does she find people? Because she put a picture up of her team, and it was just a beautiful, amazing thing ever. But she's been working on it, because where you focus is where you grow. But she said where she loves to prospect, she said an airport is her prospecting playground. She loves airports. And then malls, food courts, stores, hotel lobbies, salons, gyms, concerts. She said, just go to who you know. And that's it. And then the last one was Camilla Eves, which she was amazing. She has a great Discover Arbonne if you've never heard from Camilla Eves. But she basically said, like with the holiday set, she gets one for herself. She uses everything. The other one becomes presents. Everyone she ever knows that gets any type of gift to get something from Arbonne. She gets the holiday list from all the husbands of everyone she knows. And she makes baskets, and she makes corporate baskets, and she gets all those wish lists of all her friends and just really makes everyone holiday merry this time of year. And just, you know, that reach out of getting the wish lists and for people. She said, pick your outreach. Like if you are someone that loves one-on-ones, or if you are someone that loves groups, pick what you really love and just keep doing it. You don't have to necessarily do, but you have to see 30 to 40 faces, but just doing what you're comfortable with. And that's it. It's not really it, but that's it for being respectful of our time here tonight. So, but seriously, when they launched the trip, December 1st is typically when it's launched if you're new to Arbonne. Oh, Camilla Eve said she is always the first person. She waits till they launch the trip, and she tries to be the first person to register for the trip. So she challenged us all to be on there with her. So as soon as they launch it, she's like, man, you know, she tries to be the first person. So just even that hype and getting, you know, even just with our teams of, okay, guys, it's time to register. It's December 1st. And just that hype and that commotion, because you can totally have a team there. And it's amazing. They're always all inclusive. You get totally spoiled. And I cannot wait till it's back in Jamaica. It will be back in the same spot because we're flooding them with emails, and the survey's already out of just the people of Jamaica. I swear are the kindest people on this planet. And we have to go back to them, like sooner than later. So we'll all get to be there together, which is very exciting. So that's it.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're so welcome.